Ever since I did my 5-hour sleep challenge, I've never really felt the same anymore. It's nothing to do with fatigue, to be honest. It's more of the idea that all of a sudden I don't have 2 extra hours in my day in order to complete all my tasks. And this idea in my head that I'm already 28, time is flying, and I should have a more concrete idea of what I should be doing in my life rather than having all of a sudden this uncertainty about my career choice, trying to switch it and trying to find my own passion, and also doing 2 jobs at the same time and grinding. It's quite a lot of things. And at the same time also add in a lot of overthinking on top of it, and it's definitely a recipe for a very big problem. And it started to manifest itself in me being much moodier with every single day and even passing it on, this negativity, over to the other people. And I knew something had to be done because overall I've been always a more positive person. The other day I went to YouTube and by some coincidence I saw a video in my recommended list called Dopamine Fasting. I'm not really sure why I clicked on it, but once I saw it, it got me interested. The idea is that for 24 hours you will restrict yourself from any type of pleasurable activity that you do and even just any type of routine. Meaning that for 24 hours you cannot read, you cannot listen to music, you cannot use electronics, you cannot eat, you cannot drink anything except for water, and you cannot do exercise. And even talking has to be limited. I know this sounds very radical. However, hey, it's only 24 hours and it's meant to reset your mind and to make you more mindful. So I thought to myself, hey, what the hell, let's give it a try.
Morning everyone, so the challenge begins. I am not sure if I'm recording myself. I'm using my camera as an exception. However, I'm not using the screen. So the only way to record this is to switch on the camera and press the record button. But I have no idea if it's actually recording or not, so I'm sorry, or how I look even in the camera. So please forgive me for that. I hope it's fine. I just woke up, it's 10 a.m. Yesterday I went to bed around midnight 30, so this is around 9.5 hours of sleep. I don't remember the last time I slept so much, to be honest. On a Saturday, by this time, usually I would already worked on my freelance job for 4 hours, between 4 and 8 a.m. I would have a quick run, a shower, and now I'll be getting ready to go to the grocery shop. So we are completely breaking the routine right now, considering that there's no need to go to the shop because today we're fasting. It's going to be a water fast as per the rules I found. So it's meditation, drinking water, no food, and walking. So I have no idea what I'm going to do now. I think I'm gonna start by cleaning the house just to distract myself from the hunger, because I'm sure it's gonna kick in a second, and then we're gonna start from there.
Obviously, the first question I had was, is this even scientifically proven? Now, from the research I was able to find, it seems like dopamine fasting is a trend created by some influential people in the Silicon Valley, and then people started to just jump in on this trend. The idea is that you have dopamine, which is a chemical created in your brain whenever you do something pleasurable. The more you do something pleasurable, the more of this chemical is created and the more the brain becomes addicted to it. Meaning that to get the same pleasure, you need to do more of the same activity. Essentially, you need to eat more chocolate to get the same amount of pleasure as if you're trying it the first time. And therefore, limiting yourself from these pleasures is going to help you reset your dopamine or even reduce them so that you start feeling more pleasurable about doing the same activities. And what I was very interested to find out is that scientists tell us a completely different story. In fact, what they say is that there's a very big misconception about how dopamine works. Basically, dopamine is a very complex chemical that is responsible for a very large reward system with our mind and body that revolves around both rewards, motivation, learning. And these rewards are based on both things that we like, but also what we want. Let's be honest, if you get anything that you want or you do whatever you like, you always feel pleasurable, right? So your dopamine rises. And once your dopamine level rises, it makes you do things that you want. A simple example of this one is a text notification. This is something that I experienced firsthand yesterday while having my evening walk. And I didn't even know about this research until now. What happened was that as I was walking on the street, a woman was passing by. As she passed by, she received a text notification on her phone. By the sound of it, I knew it is an iPhone, and the first response of my mind was to put my hand into the pocket to reach for my phone. So basically, my brain heard the sound associated with my phone, my dopamine levels rised, and it created the desire and the want to check my notifications. And the thing is that once I put my hand in the pocket, I realized I don't have a phone because it's off and it's at my house. And interestingly enough, there is no scientific proof proving that you can reset or reduce your dopamine levels. Basically, if you limit yourself from anything pleasurable, your brain simply does not create dopamine and you don't have these fluctuations throughout your whole day. That's it. So basically, dopamine fasting is a fancy name and quite a radical way of simply taking a break.
Quick update, I noticed that my watch stopped working, which is normal for watches that need to be wound up from time to time. So I'm not really sure if I woke up at 10 or 11. By the position of the sun, it seems like we're closing into midday. So I think I might have actually woken up at 11 a.m. So I slept 10.5 hours. I'm so lost in time, especially when you don't have electronics to really verify the information. Speaking of electronics, I noticed I have this habit of seeing my phone and pressing the power button just to see the time and the notifications. So now even if it's turned off, I still already came to it a few times and just pressed the power button. But I realized, well, it's not working. And I already finished cleaning, nothing too fancy, just a quick fresh up, just to prepare the place where I'm going to be practicing mindfulness, or one of the places I'm planning to do it. So now I'm gonna meditate for as long as I can and then start logging the diary.
When I agreed to this challenge, I wanted to make it as beneficial and productive as possible. You see, even with a challenge or an activity that is meant to make you relax, I still wanted to make it as productive as possible. I definitely have a problem with that. The goal was to use this peacefulness and to do what I like to call entering the dark room within your minds and to fight your demons. Now, an interesting thought and realization that I had while I was doing this challenge was that work and being busy in general is an easy pill to swallow as an escape from your problems. Be it in your mind, be it something around you affecting you, whatever it is much easier to use work and any type of activity as a lid to a jar full of your problems. You just close it off, you put it on a shelf and you forget about it. And no matter how good your life is, you never know when you or someone will knock off that jar from the counter and it will break, opening up the Pandora box. For me, as I was sitting on the balcony, relaxed after meditation, looking far into the distance, I wrote a staggering 24 points which I thought that were concerning me, or was some sort of an insecurity or a problem in my mind. 24 points. I did not even think it would be so much. I didn't even think, I just wrote whatever I felt.
Quick update. It's 3 p.m. right now. I'm really trying not to fall because look how steep this is. Jesus, my God. So surprisingly, I don't feel hungry whatsoever, which is really strange considering that I'm always hungry, especially for something sweet and naughty. So that's a good thing. Now when it comes to the detox challenge, so far what I can tell you is that it definitely helps you to distract yourself from your daily life and your daily things that you need to do. However, for me personally, what it reveals is that majority of my noise that surrounds me actually comes from my mind rather than the external things. And to give you an example, just understanding or realizing the fact that this vlog is going to be my next video for my channel already lifts off a lot of weight from my shoulders. Or for instance, me driving here to this national park, which is super quiet, much better than walking around somewhere on the streets. I don't remember how I got here. I was in my mind basically and I was autopiloting. And that I think is a big problem because in this sense, all the work that I put myself through and all the hobbies that I'm trying to develop, this is all a distraction from the real things that are happening in my mind. So I can't wait to come back home to review the points that I put on my diary and I start to brainstorm how I can, or what steps that I can take in order to start fixing my mind, because definitely I want to be more present in the world. I mean, let's be honest, last thing you want is to realize that hey, you're 80 years old and you don't remember how you got there. You gotta enjoy the whole journey. So see you a bit later. I'm gonna continue this beautiful hike around this beautiful place. I mean, look at that. And the mountains. Oh yeah. I'm gonna try to also find a place to meditate. It seems like a really cool place. So it's 7:15 right now, and I have absolutely no idea what to do. I already updated my diary, went through all my concerning points, and I wrote down like an analysis and all the different kind of solutions towards fixing my mindset. The only thing that is left is more meditation and more walking. And I'm super hungry, and that's super annoying. But oh well, a few more hours to go and then we can go to bed and then feel like a human again. Only now I can tell you that this detox is really helpful to feel present in the moment, but that's because now I decluttered my mind, which was the main culprit of the whole kind of noise around me. It was not so much the electronics, although it is really good to take a break from just electronics in general, because I spent way too much time. Now, like looking out of my balcony, for instance, and I can just notice some small glimpse of things passing by, for instance, and I actually can see like, oh yeah, that's a car, that's a guy, that's a person on a bicycle, rather than just looking at it but still being somewhere in my mind, which was a problem when I was hiking. And by the way, a small little fact, I live on the edge of Europe. So after that, it's USA. Should be, I don't know what it is. It's gonna be Florida, I think. I don't know, I'm losing my mind. This silence is really killing me, so I'm gonna go for another walk.
So what are my thoughts about this challenge? Well, it was a very nice way for me to take a break from my daily life and my daily routine. And it was a very nice way to realize that, hey, most of my noise is coming from my mind, not the external forces. And it was very nice to have this intention and the goal to really analyze myself. Like after this challenge, I definitely can tell you I feel happier knowing myself better and knowing that now I know how to improve myself even further. I definitely see myself implementing this challenge maybe on a monthly basis to kind of step back from all the things that I'm doing and then reevaluate where I am and what I'm doing. However, I would not go so radical as not eating anything. I mean, there is really no point. See, the thing is about this challenge is it will not reset your mind, it will not fix your problems, nor will it make you really appreciative about what you enjoy unless you do this for like weeks without doing it. I mean, I will not miss my phone unless I don't use it for a week or two, most probably. However, it is a nice way to just relax and distract yourself from your daily life, your daily hassles, or just electronics in general. So you can do this by just simply taking 1 or 2 hours per day and just not use any electronics and just relax and meditate. Or you can take your weekends and instead of wondering what to watch on your Netflix, you can just go for a little stroll in the evening and just observe the world. No music, no nothing, just watch what is happening, listen, the birds, the crickets, people shouting, the cars, whatever it is, just watch, observe, listen, and just feel present in the moment. On this note, I hope you enjoyed this video. Do let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do drop a like and consider subscribing if you enjoy this type of content. It will really support the channel. As always, I see you in the next one. Пока!